So another world stage shit show just showed up right before our eyes. And it's crazy how they can control viral moments are not organic. That's what people have to understand. And this is an example of that. They can make it viral. They can just say it's viral and people will say, oh, it's viral because they said it's viral. So the Friday remake with Chris Tucker's son and Ice Cube's son just premiered, and it's just a little skit, probably like a 5 minute skit. And if you pay close attention, it's very interesting how they integrate all these symbolisms and Freemasonry in even little short skits. So starting off, they tried to start off like a regular Friday movie, and they went on to sit on the porch. And like I said, it's all about names, numbers, signs, and symbols with these sick individuals. And this is an example of it, starting with the jerseys. So they were talking about the Rams game. And it's funny how the Rams moved from St. Louis to Los Angeles as a duality thing because they say that it's the city of fallen angels, right? But and fallen angels is a depiction of basically God being having the devil thrown from the sky like lightning, right? And like in the Bible verse. And they go and they're talking about the Rams game and everything, but it's all coded Freemasonry. For an example, the jerseys that they're wearing, blue and gold, right? Is the Rams colors. And the whole Ram thing, the coat of the Ram, and I'm gonna get to that in a second, is it's a very interesting connection because they put it out there. And the Ram and blue gold, right? Blue gold is 33 in numerology, right? And this was the whole point of what they wanted to show. They didn't care about the movie Friday. They didn't care about anything like that. They love to do this. So starting with that, that's what they did. And moving on to the Ram thing from The Conjuring. Ed and Lorraine, I've heard multiple stories. I'm gonna have to get back into that, and because I've heard they scam people, and from what I've seen, I believe that Ed Warren was a Freemason, and you don't get to the top of this world saying that you can, see ghosts and all supernatural other things. Supernatural is more of a scientific term. Biblical is not. Biblical and supernatural don't go together, right? So this is biblical of what they were working on. And the cult of the Ram was one of the main things in the movie. And that's the whole point of this commercial. The whole point is the cult of the Ram. That is the true meaning behind this. Look what they were doing. The disciples of the Ram, right? They were taking kids and, doing what they were doing with them. Basically the same thing that most of the other demonic things do, right? Like I said, blue gold being 33, that was the whole point of this. Literally the whole point of this. For an example, you can see the Ram symbolism there with the Annabelle doll coming from the same movie. And this young lady here looks like she's in a Freemasonic lodge, and pillars everywhere with the Ram symbolism with her ears, and it's gold, right? They know what they're doing. And it's interesting because the LA Rams are back in Los Angeles. And it's funny how I found these pictures of the Ram, and almost everyone you find, you see 666. If you turn them upside down, they look like 9, but if you flip the photo upside down, it's all 666. And I know this not coming from the same game because look at this. A whole different time where they made this 666 front and center. 0 means nothing. All you got to see is 666. It's right there in our faces. Again, 666. So that's the real meaning behind the Friday remake commercial. A lot of people gonna look over and be like, "Oh, it's Friday. It's Ice Cube's son and Chris Tucker's son." They both sold out a long time ago. That's why they were in movies throughout the '90s. They had about 3 to 4 movies premiering every year in the '90s. I can't count how many movies that Ice Cube has written, or says he has written, right? And Chris Tucker has played in many movies. And I'm gonna do some digging on those two guys. to show you that that they've been part of the game. So yeah, that was the real meaning behind the whole Friday remake. And O'Shea Jackson Jr., he's nothing but another pawn in the whole game. Being he's been in so many new movies, of course, like Father Like Son. They usually how it's going. They usually sell their children out, and Chris Tucker's been more of under the radar. But now it seems like he's made some kind of deal to where now his son is incorporated in the industry, and we're going to see a lot more of him. This is basically a teaser of what's to come in every movie that they're going to be in, and I'm going to be on it and show y'all the symbolism that comes with it. All right, take it easy, y'all.